Hello, and welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to be making a quick start guide or a beginner's guide to Limelight Roleplay, because I've got a lot of asks both in the comments as well as on Discord to make a kind of beginner guide to the server. And I planned to a long time ago, but I was kind of holding off because I wanted to wait for 2.0 to release, which again, it was supposed to release a long time ago. So I decided, because I'm not sure how long before 2.0 will actually release, we've been waiting a long time, I would make this video in the meantime. Now again, if you are watching this video and it does say outdated in the title, it is because I have made a new video on it, and it's because 2.0 has released. But currently 2.0 has been on delay for a long time, and I don't know how much longer it's going to be. So I figured I would make a guide for 1.0 showing at least how to start off, how to fix some of the beginning bugs, how to fix some of the general bugs, and then of course what to do as a new player on the server. So in this video, we're of course going to be going over at the start how to fix some of the beginning bugs, as well as how to get started off and how to create your character. Then of course how to go get your clothes, which again is kind of in relation to your character. I'll show you guys some of the interiors of the different buildings as well as how they work, such as the mechanic shop in the MD building. And then I ended off showing you guys how to purchase your first car. Now hopefully this video helps out a little bit. Again, I will have timestamps both in the description as well. If you scroll over the timeline, you will be able to see the different sections of the video, of course if I do that right. But either way, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Now again, this video is not going to be updated for 2.0. I'll be making a separate video for 2.0 once that releases, and I will be changing the title of this video to outdated at the end. So if this is outdated, please do not watch it. But if you guys are still on 1.0, hopefully this video helps you out a little bit. Now this video is going to be pretty short just because I want to get kind of all the beginner stuff. We're not going to be going over any of the criminal activities or any in-depth into any jobs. I'm just going to be showing you guys how to start off on this server, as well as again a couple of the buildings and how they work, as well as how they interact. But without further ado, let's get right into it, starting off with how to start off, create your character, and then fix some of the starting bugs. Now before this video does begin though, if you guys have any questions after you watch this video still, feel free again to ask in the comments below. I'll try to get to them as fast as I can. Without further ado, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and hopefully if you're new to Limelight, it helps you out a little bit. Now let's get started again with how to create your character, as well as how to fix some of the beginning bugs. Alrighty, so when you first load in, you'll be of course greeted with this screen. Now make sure you are connected to the TeamSpeak, join the Discord, done all of that as well to make sure you are whitelisted. But of course, after all this, and it's your first time getting in, you're going to of course hit enter. We'll do a little screen here, and then we're going to obviously create a new character so I can show you from the start how to do everything. So first of all, obviously hit new character, create a name, first name, last name, height, and date of birth. So we're going to go with just the test name for now. We're probably just going to delete this character after. Let's do Jordan Gilbert. Let's do 160 and month, let's do 5, 10, 1995, whatever. This doesn't really matter too much. Again, this is just for more of your RP and what you want your character to be, the age and the height and all that stuff. Male or female, obviously we're going to go with male. Create your character. You're going to be brought over to this little train station. You're going to be given a phone, thankfully, off the start. And now, before doing anything, here is not where you customize your character. This is a big thing that a lot of people unfortunately don't know and get stuck on. What you're going to do your first time in the server is go over to the right section over here. Go to the top right, click on PED, go down to character skins, click on this, and change it to 1. Now, after changing it from 1, you should just have to hit escape. Hit save changes, and now you will actually be able to create your character. So after making sure you're on PED 1, again I believe it's the same for females, PED 1 as well if you want a female character. This is going to be one of the characters that you're actually able to customize. So let's head over to the barbershop. Again, you can see this on your map located by the little scissors here. Head over to the barbershop, hop in here real quick. Hit M to visit the barber. Now again, you're going to have to go behind this middle chair and this little circle here, or else it's not going to work and you're going to get a little frustrated. So again, come over here, hit M, and now this is where you'll actually be making your character. Of course, you can do the parents here to change the appearance of your character, of course with mixing the faces to get the desired character face you want. You can change other things here for the face, different skin, different hair. Everything is done through this menu. So definitely when you're first time in the city, go over to the barbershop and create your character there. There's again a lot of customization options, so make sure you spend some time and get the character look you want. We're going to be going with this for now. And then after you have customized your character's look and his face, you're going to want to head over to a clothing store and get suited up a little bit, look a little bit nicer than you are currently. Again, if you spawn here, you can just run quickly right behind here over to the fire station and quickly change. So we'll go head over there real quick and I'll show you what to do. Alrighty, so after heading over to one of the clothing stores, again, you don't have to go to this fire department, but there are a bunch of other clothing stores around here. Go over to this little section here, or depending on what clothing store you're at in the desired location, where this little blue circle is again, hit M, and then here you'll be able to select what clothes you want. Also, something really nice on the server is that if you do want to save an outfit, you do /outfits. It will give you all the commands here. You can either add an outfit by doing /outfit add, use an outfit by using /outfit use, or remove one by doing /remove outfit. Now, I'll show you guys a quick demo of what this does. So let's say we got a little fit that we like. Say we like this fit right here, this little red jacket. What we're going to want to do is /outfit add, and then the name or the number. So this will be our first outfit. So we're going to do 1, and then let's just name it test. Now, if I do /outfits, I will now see that there is a test outfit right here, and that will allow us to actually change into that outfit if we want to later. So say later on I change my clothes, let's say to this. I don't like this fit anymore. I want to go back to my old one. I'm going to do /outfit use, and then again the number that we did, which is number 1, and it should bring us back to our other outfit that we just had on. Boom, there we go, and now we're into our other outfit that we just wanted to use. So that's pretty much it to set up the start of your character. I will also show all of the beginner commands you might want to know on screen now. I also do recommend checking out the basic quick start guide in their Discord and the basic commands guide. It really does give a lot of info for what you might need. Now, after you have got the desired clothes you want, and you're all set with your haircut, your face, and everything, I recommend heading over to one of the 24/7 stores, which are located by this little icon on the map. There are quite a few of them around the map. Picking up some food and water, because you do have food and water on this server. You can see in the bottom left, there's a little hamburger and a little water droplet. If those get to 0, you will instantly die, which again, everyone has done that at least once or twice. So if it happens to you, don't be too worried. Also, to grab cash out of an ATM, just walk up to any ATM in the whole map and do /ATM, one word of course. It will bring up this menu, which here you can withdraw. Let's withdraw another $500. Again, you should start the server with 10 grand, I believe, to start off. Then, of course, if you walk up to any of these stores, or most of the menus are used by E, so we're going to hit E on this menu, grab some food and water, and here you can type how much you want to buy at a time. And the 10 here is how much you can buy at a time max. So quickly, we're going to buy 5, let's just say burritos, and 5 slushies. So now we have a little bit of food and water. And to use this, just of course hit F2 to bring up your inventory. Click on one of these items and then hit use. Again, the number here does not matter for this, but my OCD made me change it to 1. So use, and then you'll eat it, and then your health or your food bar will go up. Now ours is full, so of course won't really go up by much. But after grabbing some food and water, the next location you're going to want to probably head to if you are starting off on the server is to go get some of the basic items. And that includes a radio, probably some other items such as some armor, maybe some med kits and such. You're going to want to go head over to U-Tool. Now there are 2 on the map. There is one over here by Grove Street, and then I believe there is one on the East Highway up here, right past the little store over here and gas station. So we're going to go head over to the U-Tool. Go grab some armor probably, as well as a radio if we need to communicate with other people, and a couple other supplies. So let's head over there real quick. Also, something before we do head over there, a quick little tip is there are medkits at the U-Tool, I believe for $200, but you can also go over to Pillbox Medical Center and get them for $35 each, which we will do right after this. But quickly, let's go head over to U-Tool, pick up some basic supplies for starting on our journey, and I will meet you guys once we're over there. Okay, now we have headed over to the Mega Mall U-Tool. Go up to here, again, hit E to access the menu. Once it comes up, I think what we're going to be doing right now is buying probably, we actually don't need armor because we're not probably going to be fighting anyone anytime soon, but we are going to grab a radio just in case we ever need one to communicate with others. I also recommend doing so if you do find some friends who you want to talk to. The radio is very helpful. And again, to bring up the radio, just hit the tilde key, which is the key to the left of your number 1 key. Type in whatever you want for frequency, and then just hit escape or enter to enter it in. And now, also, if you want to switch frequencies, say I'm on 421, I want to switch to 420, you switch over, bring it back up again, turn it off, turn it on, and then it should be working. So that is how to use the radio. I think we did just crash though, so I will come back 1 second, and we're going to move on to a couple more things. Alrighty, so we are back once again. Sorry about that, but again, after you have got your radio, figure that all out in case you do want to talk to some friends. If you do meet them, I definitely recommend picking one up. They're also pretty cheap. I also recommend picking up, if you are new to the server, possibly a fishing rod. Now make sure this number is set at 1 or you will buy 10 fishing rods. So make sure this is at 1. Let's just buy, let's say, 1 fishing rod, and let's buy 10 bait. Now fishing is a really good way to start off on the server. It does make you a little bit of money, and it is pretty easy. You can fish on pretty much any location that has water leading to the ocean. Now I do recommend not fishing at the actual fishery. I'll give you guys a little tip. If you go here to fish, you're going to get kidnapped within about 2.1 seconds. So definitely don't recommend that. Go find somewhere nice to fish there for a bit, come sell your fish, and dip out. Now, since we do need a little bit of transportation, we might have to jack a car. So let me go find one, and I will tell you guys how to steal it. Alrighty, so the first way to steal a car is obviously if you have a gun, you just point it at the driver. He will get out and give you the keys if you keep your gun on him. The second way is if there is a car that is just on the road abandoned or in a parking lot, local car, you can get into it and then hotwire or search it. Now, I do recommend hotwiring first, because then you can search after. If you search first, it will not let you hotwire after. So do your hotwiring first, and let's see if we can get it. Now again, this is only if you do want to go the crime life, because if you get caught with this, you're probably going to get some charges. So we cannot work it out. Now we're going to hit K, search for it, and see if we can find the keys this way. Alright, so we have found the keys to the vehicle. Now we're obviously going to be able to drive it, although a cop could pull us over because this will be registered to them as, I believe, a stolen vehicle. Alrighty, so now that I have showed you guys the basics, I do recommend going to get possibly a couple other things. Now, I do recommend going over to, again, MD, picking up some medkits for the cheap over there. I recommend possibly, if you're new to town, going to PD and possibly trying to obtain a gun license by talking to some of the officers there. So now that you guys know the basics of the server, of course, how to start off, how to make sure that your pet isn't invisible, how to make sure you have a customizable one, and everything like that, we're going to be going into some common bug fixes real quick. Now again, this is for Limelight 1.0. When Limelight 2.0 does come out, I will be making a new guide for it, and I will be putting outdated in this title so people know. So first of all, a couple common bug fixes. If you have a quote-unquote Danny face, which is basically just a default face, and you do have a mask, unfortunately we don't have a mask. If you just take your mask off and put your mask on a couple times by using /M1 and /M0, both just outside of your car, and then get into your car and do it a couple times, it should fix that glitch. Now again, it is a little bit of a weird one. Sometimes you have to go to one of the clothing stores, go into the menu, change some stuff, and get out and discard changes. So those are some of the most common bugs, is the Danny face glitch, where you just look like the default character, which again, you can fix by just taking off your mask and putting back on a couple times, and if that doesn't work, going over to a clothing store, changing some of the clothing options, and then discarding them by hitting escape and then the red discard button. Also, quickly, something that I almost forgot to include in this starting section: if you are not seeing anything, if the road is not loading, if none of the buildings are loading, you just have to go into escape, go into settings, go into graphics, and now make sure that your texture quality is on normal. The rest can be at high or whatever you want, but the texture quality while you are playing 5M has to be normal, or else it will not load in the map. And then you will of course have to restart your game if you are changing it, but make sure texture quality is on normal, or else you will run into a lot of issues. And that is kind of one of the main glitches. Now there is another glitch where if you take a vehicle out from recovery, it will not actually spawn you in that vehicle, and that means most likely that the vehicle is invisible, and you will need to park it and unpark it to make it sure it is visible for other people once again. Also, quickly, one other weird glitch you can get is if your inventory glitches and it's kind of, it will just show kind of grayed out in it, and you won't be able to move anything or do anything. If that happens, all you have to do is go up to someone and hit pay right here, hit cash, hit their name, and then your inventory should be fixed as well. Most people usually do $1 just because that, I don't know why people do that, but you can do $1 or 0. Either way, just paying someone near you will fix your glitch where your inventory is grayed out and you're not able to use any items. So if that does happen to you, just run up to someone, hit pay them real quick, and it will fix that glitch for you as well. So that's pretty much the basic stuff. A little bit of a couple of bug fixes, how to get started as a new player by creating a pet and everything. Now we're going to go a little bit into the general info on the server, the landmarks you might want to check out, as well as some info about the different stores and events that go on in town, so let's quickly go into that, starting off with the mechanic shops Red Devil and Sky Wheels. Alrighty, so first of all, the two main mechanic shops in town are number 1 being Red Devil's Customs, and then number 2 being Sky Wheels. Now, before we go over to the Red Devils and the Sky Wheels to show you guys the interiors as well as how they work, we're going to quickly show you guys a little intro to the F5 menu, which is what you're going to be primarily using for most of your things. So now, when you hit F5, it brings up this little menu, which again, you can just tap as much as you want to bring it up. You have to hold it though to have it stay up there. There's 3 main different features. Again, the vehicle one is only there if you're in a car. Number 1 being emotes. So if you click on the emotes menu, click on it again, you're going to see all the different emotes here. You can also change your walking style from here if you do want to change how your character walks. See all the emotes here as well. And you can also bind these emotes by using the keybinds menu over here by using /emote bind and then the numpad you want and then the emote name. Now that's pretty much it for the emotes menu, but the menu that you're using probably the most out of anything is going to be the general menu. Now if you click in here, you have a bunch of different options. Of course, these can kind of correlate pretty obviously to what you think. Drag uncuffed is just to drag a player that is currently not cuffed, obviously. Escort cuffed is to just drag a player that is cuffed, and then the rest should pretty much be self-explanatory. Now the train stations in 1.0 do not work, so this thing is kind of useless at the moment, and you can only search a person if I believe their hands are up or they are zip tied / handcuffed, if I remember correctly, or if they are dead, obviously. Now if you hit the more menu, there also is a couple other things in here, such as show ID, invoices, which is where you will pay all of your cop fines or all of the fines you get if you do get arrested and you get some fines. This is where you will pay them. You can also give keys to players here, get in trunks, split vehicles, and all the rest here. Pretty obvious menu, pretty self-explanatory. It is really nice though. There's also the vehicle menu. Of course, if you are in a vehicle, you can turn it off from here, turn it off and on, switch seats, open doors, put down windows, stuff like that. It's a pretty easy menu. Now, after going over a quick little F5 introduction for you guys, we are again going to be heading over to one of the Red Devil's mechanic shops and showing you both the Red Devil shops and the Sky Wheel shops and how they work. Alrighty, so starting off with the first mechanic shop you're going to want to check out, it's going to be Red Devil. So if we go in here and we hit E, again on the prompt right here, hit E, we'll teleport you into this interior. Now again, there usually are mechanics here. I'm playing on a pretty much dead time on the server to do this video, so there are none. But if you drive up to one of these little stations here, one of these purple little arrows, a mechanic should come up to you. Again, these are all player run, so mechanics should come up to you. You will then get out of your car, they will get in it, and they will do all the work, and of course, you will be telling them what you want them to do, and you'll be able to see it in real time. Now, once they are done, they'll probably ask you, of course, to pay them. Now, the best way to do this, of course, so you don't have to bring cash on you, is by hitting T, again, to bring up your chat, and doing a /transfer, and then their number. Again, you can see their number by either asking them for what's your PayPal or something similar, so it does make sense ideally, or by hitting the insert button and being able to see their number. So again, you're going to do /transfer, their number, and then the amount of money you want to pay them. And that is how the /transfers work. And again, that does take out of your bank. And again, you can check your bank or your cash by doing the following commands, which is /bank, check how much money is in your bank, or /cash to see how much money is in your pockets. And alternatively, you can bring up your phone with, again, F1, go over to your info at the top left of your phone, and you'll be able to see all the info here, as well as what licenses you have and if they are currently revoked. Now let's go check out Sky Wheels. Again, it is the same concept with just driving up and going in, but again, I do want to show you guys all of the interiors, or at least most of the interiors in this video, as well as what they do. So let's head over to Sky Wheels and I'll show you guys that real quick. Alrighty, so when you're coming into Sky Wheels, again, located a little bit above Red Devils, if you drive in here, hit E, it is of course going to bring you into this interior. Now again, the same thing over here. If you drive into one of the bays, one of the people will come up to you, ask if you need a repair or if you want to customize your car. If you do want to customize your car, you can ask them what you want to change, or they can also give you possibly some suggestions. So this is the Sky Wheels shop. There is also an import shop in the back, but that is not going to be used anymore at the time of this video. So again, hit E to exit if you would like to exit. And next, we're going to be going over, again, the MD, which is located right here on your map, a little bit below the government building, a little bit south of it. And there's a lot of info that we're going to give over at the hospital, especially if you are a new player. You're going to want to learn some of it. So let's go over there real quick, and I'll explain a little bit more about Pillbox. Alrighty, so now that we are arriving at Pillbox Medical Center, again, this is the only MD currently being used on the server. Let's pull in right here, go into the no parking as we usually do. Now, in this building, if you are injured or down, someone is going to be able to drag you if you're going into general and drag uncuffed, or of course, if you were cuffed, drag cuffed. And then, of course, go into the building, and if you need to drop someone off, go over here, hit F5, and again, drag uncuffed to drop them and stop carrying them. Then they will just need to hit K to check in. Now, if there are medical people working here, please talk to them first. Don't just go over to here and make Nancy check you in. Actually try and RP with them, because the medics on the server really do give some good RP. So try to actually go along with their RP and not just check yourself in, because it does kind of ruin the RP for the medics when you just run up here and check yourself in for no reason. Or, again, if there are no medics here, feel free to check yourself in. Now, another thing at this place that I was talking about earlier, you are able to buy medkits here, which I do recommend if you are going to buy them for a lot cheaper. They're $35 here, and I believe they're either $100 or $200 at U-Tool. So if you are going to pick up some medkits at any point, I do recommend buying them from here. And that's going to be pretty much it for the medical center. Now again, once you are checked in, you will basically be spawned over here at these beds, where again, if there are MD online, please let them RP with you, and please let them actually do, their medical job. But if not, you're pretty free to get out of bed once the animations are over, and exit again through coming out here, going to your left, going through the main hall, and then exiting the building. Now again, this is one of the only no crime zones on the server, so you're not able to punch here physically. I literally cannot punch, as you can see in the top right, or pull any guns or anything like that. And this is pretty much the only spot on the server that is like this, where you cannot start crime or anything like that in that area. Now, the next building that we're going to be going to check out is, again, the government building. So let's go ahead over there. Again, it is just north of the Pillbox Medical Center we were just at. And again, before we go in here, I just want to say that this guide is not meant to show everything on the server. I will not be going over any criminal activities, most likely, in this video, or any more RP-focused stuff. We're just going over the scripts of the server, as well as the interiors, and all of the basic info you will need to get started. Now again, coming up on this government building, if we go enter inside, which again, most of these buildings are open interiors, so you don't actually have to hit a button to enter. Let's go inside here. If you go over to here, you can check the public records, where you can of course check your record if you have one. Now, our name is of course Jordan Gilbert, so if we go Jordan Gill, we should be able to see ourselves here. And again, of course, we have no licenses, no convictions, and no notes, because we are brand new to the city. You can also check out the warrants on the server if anyone has a warrant. Of course, Drippy has one as always, so you can check the warrants here. There is also a little courtroom back here, which is currently not being used too often. Never mind. Maybe? Okay, this usually is not being used, so I'm not exactly sure what is going on here. I think these are NPCs. I've never seen NPCs in here before, but this is a courtroom used for some of the court cases. Again, I've never seen NPCs here ever before, so I'm a little spooked. Sorry about that. But there are usually NPCs in there, and that is pretty much it for the building. Now, I believe in 2.0, this is a whole redesigned building. So again, in 2.0, I will be making a new guide. Also, if you do have a local car that you have stolen, sometimes they do despawn if you go out of the area, and you'll unfortunately need to steal another one. So let me go grab another car real quick, and then I think we're going to be going over the garage systems as well as how they work. So let's go over to one of the garages. Actually, there's one right over here. So there are many garages on the map, located of course with this little garage icon, and if you also scroll, you can see a bunch of them on the map to see all of them. And to use these garages, just simply go over to this red little arrow, hit E on it, and then you'll be able to either see the vehicles you currently have there, or if a vehicle was lost on the map and you have disconnected or it was destroyed, you're going to be able to recover them from here for $200. Now, you do have to have the $200 in cash, so make sure you do so. But of course, we have no vehicles, so we're obviously not going to be looking at anything. Now, if I was driving a vehicle, I'd be able to go over here and I would be able to see another red little arrow. If you hit E on that red arrow while you are in a vehicle, it will allow you to store the vehicle there. And of course, then when you want to grab it, you can go back to that same garage and grab it from the garage. Now, after making a little bit of money, which again, I recommend either doing fishing, which again, you can do by going to any body of water that is connected to the ocean, putting your inventory by again hitting F2. Clicking on your fishing rod and hitting use while facing the direction, it will start fishing for you. You'll have to do a little mini game to catch the fish, and then of course sell them at the fish seller, which is located right over here. Well, you can either do that, or of course, I believe there is a garbage job you can do that is currently working. There are some juice jobs up north, as well as a chicken job right here where you catch chickens, bring them to this little factory out here, slaughter them a little bit, you know, cook them up a little bit, make them into little nuggets, and then sell them. I do believe mining is currently broken as of this video, so do not try the mining job, as what I've heard, that it is currently broken. There is also, of course, the orchard job and stuff like this, which I believe, if I remember correctly, does make some decent money. Also, the fruits and stuff you get from the orchard job is probably some of the best food in the game besides prison food, so I recommend definitely stocking up on some at some point. Now, after you have made a little bit of money, you're probably going to want to, of course, first get a house, but unfortunately, as of this video, again, this being 1.0, you cannot buy a house, so do not go buying a house because you will not get it refunded for 2.0. Also, all of these motels are currently sold out, so don't even try to get a motel room. Now again, this is in 1.0. In 2.0, you will be able to, of course, get motel rooms again. I think there's going to be apartments as well, or get one of the actual houses which you can find on the map. But what you will want to do, because you will keep it in 2.0, is go over to PDM and try and get a car. So we're going to head over to PDM, and I'm going to show you guys how to go about purchasing a car as a new player. Alrighty, so after heading over to PDM, which again is located right here on the map by this little white car icon, you're then able to go in, and if there is a dealer here, which there usually is someone, they are very helpful. The dealers are great. You can then go over to them, ask them for a car or for them to bring out a car. They can then change which cars are located on the lot, and then if you want to purchase one, again, you're going to have to ask them. They're going to ask for your ID, which again you can give to them by holding F5, going into general, going into more, and then show ID, and you will be able to show your ID to whoever is nearby, which again should be the dealer. And then after currently getting the cash you need for it, now I recommend definitely doing financing if you do not have the money, because you can pay it every 5 days. You have a little bit of pay you have to do, and then over time, of course, you can pay it off. But after that, you're going to either hit K or E to either buy it completely or finance it completely. Now, if you do finance it, you are going to have to pay the payment at least once every 5 days, which again, it will get lower and lower as you pay it off more. And to do this, you're going to want to go into your phone app, go over to your vehicles, click on that, and there should be a bunch of vehicles here, or whatever vehicle you purchased. You can then click on it and hit repay finance, and you're going to be able to repay it from there. Or alternatively, you can run over to this little counter over here, hit E on it, and then you're going to be able to go into your financing bills and then pay whatever bill you have left. Of course, we don't have any because we don't have any current cars, but that is how you would do it if you do have a car that you are currently financing and need to make payments on. Now that is pretty much it for the starter guide. Again, I showed you in this video how to go possibly get some food, get started, fix a couple glitches you might encounter, as well as how to go over to PDM and purchase your first car. Now after this, everything else is really up to you. You can make it whatever you want. You can start your own business, you can become a cop, you can become a criminal, you can become a dealer, a mechanic, anything you want. Just make sure you have the RP to go along for it. But that's going to be pretty much it for a completely beginner guide to get you set up, get you your first car, get you first everything, and be set. Now, also, you can use cars as storage vehicles by hitting G on the trunk and actually storing stuff in it, and then of course storing it in your garage. But I do recommend against this. I just recommend having no items really until 2.0 drops, because sometimes it glitches out and it will spawn 2 of your car, which then people can still loot out of the second vehicle and you can still lose all of your stuff. So I definitely recommend against storage vehicles, at least right now until 2.0 drops. But again, in 2.0 you are probably going to be able to get a motel, an apartment, or a house, so it doesn't really matter too much. Now that's going to be about it. Now again, I didn't go into any of the criminal activities in this video or anything like that, but I just wanted to take this video, go over the basics of the server, as well as what you need to know. Now again, make sure you know the rules before playing on the server. And also, I forgot to mention this as well, right now, if you do want to buy a vehicle used, you can head over to the secondhand vehicles lot and buy one from there alternatively, although you have to buy these outright and you cannot finance them. But I do think that is going to be about it for this video. Again, we went over all of the main features for someone new on the server, as well as how to start off. Now again, as I said before, whatever you do after this is up to you. Try and have some fun. Try not to focus too much on grinding money out. Try and focus on having some fun RP, because there is a lot to be had if you do find the right people on the server. Again, some people like Scotty Laser make that possible, so big shout out to him. Please check out his channel as well. He deserves a lot more views. But either way, if you guys have any more questions about becoming a new player, as well as what you need to do as a new player to start off, or you have any general questions about the server, feel free to ask me in the comments section below. I'll try and get back to you as fast as I can. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this little short video giving you an intro into Limelight, as well as how to get started, fix some of these starting glitches, and then of course how to set up on your way. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like if this helped you out, and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I will see you in the next video.